today I want to break down and show you guys how you can make easily $10,000 in a single month. Now, this is actually something that I've been referred to or asked a lot, and I got the whiteboard behind me, and I'm going to sit here, take the time to break it down. It's a lot easier than most people make it on the macro level. Now, however, actually going through consecutively these steps to get there, that's a different story. But I'm actually going to show you guys the exact steps to take to get your business to $10,000 a month in profit. But I know that actually might be a little bit of a reach for some of you guys. So we're going to start with $5K a month, because this is the exact strategy I used last year when starting my advertising agency to get going in $5 grand a month. So let's go ahead and break this down. I got some notes here to make the math a little bit easier. This is actually something I've always been a huge advocate of, and that is beginning with the end in mind. So what does the end goal look like for us? That's $10,000 a month. Now, depending on where you are, if you're just going from 0 to 10,000, that's going to be a little bit out of your reach. You know, ultimately, yes, you want to look at that, but start a little bit smaller. Start at, make a plan to get to 2,500, 2,500, then 5,000, and then just double it, double each way. And then ultimately, as Grant Cardone likes to say, 10x it. What is that going to look like to get you 10x that? And that's actually a really good strategy. We're going to save that for another video. But again, beginning with the end in mind, and that's exactly what we're going to do here. We're going to put up $5,000 with that. And this is actually something I got from a podcast with Chris Guerrero, I think is how you say his name. And this guy he does almost $1 billion a year, and just gross sales, huge internet marketer. He says the number one reason why businesses fail is because they measure numbers. And that kind of was an aha moment to me. So what does he mean by that? Businesses that measure numbers fail, whereas businesses that measure actions succeed. Now, how can we do that? Again, we're going to begin with, is this big enough? Let me know. Okay, we're good. So we're going to begin, we put right here, the end in mind is $5,000. Now, we're going to take every action, break it down into every action for us to get here within 30 days. So yes, we're gonna get do that, and then again, if people are measuring numbers, they go, "Oh, I've only done $1,000 this week. I'm not gonna make it." We're going to measure actions and not numbers. This is very powerful, and this is actually what has helped me succeed. And it's just, I wish I would have learned this years ago, but for you guys that are just learning this is going to be extremely powerful and helpful. So again, we're starting with $5,000. Now, this can look like a different thing. For me, I'm an agency. My packages are a little bit more expensive for me to run a service. I won't do anything for less than $1,500 a month at this point in time. When I first started, I was doing around $500, and that was just terrible. I use the same strategy for when I was flipping phones. So if I were to flip phones and I had to get to, $5,000 a month, what is that? Hang on. I'm terrible with math, guys. I am not a numbers guy. I'm a marketer guy. For me to do that, say this was cell phone flipping, 22 phones at approximately $220 each. It was just shy of it. I think that's what, 46, 48. 48.40. So you can play with those numbers. For me to get to 5,000 on average, my average order value would have to be $220 in sales or profit. If you're doing the higher ticket or phones, it had to be that, and I'd have to do 22 of them in the month. So you'd break this down per week. What does that look like per week? We can go from there. Now again, just going to the advertisement agency side of things, my packages were more like I could either do two $2,500. And this is just close to like three $1,600 packages, and you'd have upsells and other things like that. And then ultimately, so we got our numbers, we're working backwards of what it's going to be. Now we got to figure out what it's going to take to get us there. Now, on average, they say about 3% of people want to buy what you have. So we're going to reverse engineer that. 3% people buy what we have. So what does that look like? that's about 3% of people, again, will buy what we have. Now, on average, when you put something out there, you're going to get about a 3.5% CTR, click-through rate. So if you put an ad out on the internet, if you're just, you know, organically doing whatever, about 3.5% of people are actually going to click through. And then once you get the lead, about 3% of those people are actually going to want to buy from you. So there's going to be some high numbers here. But I'll share some tips with you guys in the end of this on how to extremely increase those conversion rates. So really quick. So say 5,000 people, 5K people see ad. 5,000 people, we put out an ad, you know, whether it's paid or just organic, a blog on our Instagram or social media. Say we need 5,000 people to actually see it at 3.5 click-through rate. It comes out to 175 people. So on average, and if you're not hitting these numbers, you should be getting about an average of 3.5% click-through rate. You can get a lot higher. Anything lower, you want to optimize the actual offer itself. Out of that, say we have 5,000, people are viewed it, we get about 175 leads. Not terrible. From there, so we got 175 people that were actually took the time to go through our funnel to get an actual lead, show us interest, whether it's messaging us, whatever the case may be, whatever your call to action is. From there, 3% on average are going to want to buy from us. %3 of 175 is 5.25. So 5.25 sales out of 175. For me, if I was, doing that's I'm hitting 10,000 a month there. At a $2,500 package, which is pretty much where my packages are starting at for different services, whether it's running ads, SEO, funnel optimization, you name it. I really push towards that. I'll upsell to get other services. I really want to be right around 2,500. Again, if you're doing smaller ticket items, you're just going to have to break it down. So for me, that was good. We'd be at what's that, 12.5. So that's really all it is. And then so you need to figure this out. We're going to, can you see over here? Actually, we'll do a different color. So what do these funnels look like? I know this is easy, the numbers are there, but then you got to figure out where you're getting your traffic from. For me, this is actually something I'm going to actually start implement because I want to get more people into my funnel for the 100-Day Hustle Academy, where I teach people how to do paid Facebook advertising, funnel optimization, email marketing, all that fun stuff. I really want to get that, grow that. So I'm going to kind of show you the strategy on paper of what this is going to look like. So again, we'll just say we're starting at $5,000 a month. It's a $500 product. What's that? That's 10. I need to get 10 sales. So IG for Instagram, I'll be getting some traffic from there. I'm making YouTube videos. You guys are seeing this. YouTube. I could do LinkedIn. LinkedIn, I usually more. I'm doing more on the agency side of things. There's another one. I'm drawing a blank. Oh, Facebook. So all of these I'm going to be posting on each of these platforms different content, and they're all going to go into a funnel, whether it's a chat bot, whether it's a sales funnel, whatever the case may be. So people are going to come in here. I'm going to capture leads. Yes, people are going to drop off, bounce. They don't want to be it. They left. So from here, we'll do the math. We'll say on Instagram, I need to get people to give some sort of call to action to come here. You can tell a story. You can tell a story at the end of it, put a call to action in there. At the call to action, if they don't take the action, you can see if people are going to the site or whatever, reach out to them. A lot of times they just want somebody to talk to. YouTube, YouTube's a little bit harder unless you're doing paid advertising. But again, I'm doing this. I'll have links in the description below. You guys can go through funnels. YouTube's going to give me more brand awareness because ultimately I'm going to have my website, my .com, and I'll be driving traffic to there. And then I'll be having YouTube videos in the blog section and a longer blog, so people will be reading the blog. They'll click through there, and that's another way to get people into my funnel. From here, what my funnel is actually going to look like is my main call to action is to get people to call, because I love closing people over the phone. And that's actually the bonus tip. If you just automate this funnel and there's no really human interaction, you're gonna stay at about the 3% closing rate on average. Yes, you can get that up a lot higher. There's tons of ways to do that. That's a whole nother video on sales funnels optimization. And that's actually a good service. If you guys get into sales funnel optimization, you can make a lot of money just by learning copyright, starting with headers, colors, psychology, just heat mapping, visual website optimization. It's so much to do. Corporations will pay you a lot of money to do that. I'm getting off task a little bit here, but anyways. So this is different areas we're driving traffic to. From here, I want to have them schedule a call. You can use apps like, actually Facebook has just released this. I've done this for clients where you can actually go on people's page and they can book through Facebook. There's Schedulely, there's Apply, there's tons of different things. But anyways, you want some sort of flow. Usually we want to capture a person's name, email, phone number. And then from there, you'll send them to a thank you page. You're going to, once you got their email, you're going to set up an email marketing campaign, drip them some nice, valuable content. Phone, if they didn't subscribe to the, to actual call you, you're going to be calling those people, one-on-one. You got to step outside of your comfort zone. So again, I need to do the numbers to figure out, for me to do $5,000 a month in my 100-Day Hustle Academy, what is that? 5,000, what do we say? At $500 a piece, that's 10. So basically we double that. So 175 times 2 is 350. I need 350 solid leads from these sources. And then from there, I needed to figure out what 3% of that would be for actually the people to click through it. So because obviously you're going to have a drop-off rate, and that's really all you do. And then literally every day, you're going to break this down even further into weekly and daily tasks. And that's all you do. And you could just double these numbers to get to 10K. You're going to do this. And I just see people, they don't look at those numbers. They don't look at the numbers and the actions that's going to take to get them to those numbers. So I hope this was helpful. I know it's a little bit of a ramble on, but this is exactly the formula I take to get to $5,000, $10,000, $25,000, $100,000 a month. You got to figure it out. Yes, these numbers can go up. These all can go up with optimization techniques, with better copy, with better creatives, with better content. So let me know what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to drop super valuable knowledge. Hit the like button if you like this, and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if this is a good formula, if you want me to do more of these, get more in depth, whatever the case may be. Until then, I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.